So I'll be explaining about the keto diet today and what's all the hype with it. And it was first developed to control seizures, right? It's as a therapeutic diet, it's very strict. It consists of like 70% fat, 20% protein, only 10% of carbs. It's super difficult to follow. It has to be done with a doctor in that scenario to treat seizures, right? Well, as they discovered doing that, they started modifying it for the regular person without seizures problems. And so there is a more mild form of keto diet that everybody could do potentially, that has many benefits. So first of all, weight loss, because then you're tapping into your fat stores, right, to use it as fuel. Cardiovascular benefits, because when done right, and everything I say here is when the keto diet is done right, and I'll explain to you what that looks like. So it helps cardiovascular disease because it lowers total cholesterol, triglycerides, LDL. It increases HDL. It decreases blood pressure. It also helps with metabolic diseases such as diabetes because it lowers insulin substantially. It lowers your blood sugars, helps your brain function because brains thrive by using ketone bodies as fuel instead of glucose, because that's the whole point of the ketogenic diet, to start burning fat instead of glucose. It also helps to control appetites and cravings because now you're so metabolically flexible once you're in the keto for a long period. You can go long periods without having to have a meal because you are able to use your own storage that nature so conveniently placed in here in the central part as a fuel, so you don't get hangry, you don't get lightheaded, you don't feel brain foggy and all that usually people do when they get hypoglycemic, right? So there are many benefits, and of course, did I mention weight loss? Because you're tapping into your fat stores, right? So what does it look like? What does the keto for regular people, not a therapeutic keto, look like? Well, it is very low in carbs, so from 20 to 50 grams of carbs. That is around 30% of your total daily calories when regular people are eating 55 to 65%. It's around 20 to 50 grams per day. Protein. This is moderate protein, okay? It's not a high protein diet. A high protein diet, once you use all the amino acids to build tissue, to build muscle, to repair stuff, the excess will be turned into sugar, okay? And whatever you don't use will be stored as fat. So it's a moderate protein. So that means 75 to 120 grams per day, around, I want to say 20% of your daily, 30% of your daily calories, and just checking, 30%, yes. And around 1 and 1.5 grams per kilogram of protein per day. And then fats would be the bulk, and that would be 40% of your total calories. And that would be the keto for us, right? Let me go back now to these macronutrients and talk to you about quality, because this is where people go wrong. This is where many problems arise. So, for the carbohydrates, you're going to eliminate everything that is refined starch, obviously, all the processed goods, so cookies, crackers, cakes, flours, pasta. You're going to take away as well all the grains, so corn, rice, the cereals as well, so oats and all that. You might want to take away also potatoes because they're very starchy, yams, and all that. What are you going to leave as your source of carbs? All the veggies. So all the raw and the cooked veggies have to stay. Not only will stay, but should stay, okay? Because once you eliminate the carbs from your diet, you're gonna lose a lot of fiber and a lot of micronutrients such as vitamins and minerals. And you can have some fruit. Certain berries, for example, are better because they're lower in sugar. And even if you really, really want to have a banana, just have less of it. And that's why you need a nutritionist to calculate all this. This is complicated, okay? I'm just giving you a general picture. But it's something that you want somebody to guide you on this. Doing it on your own is hard. Doable, but it's hard. What about protein? So yes, established, right? Leave all the veggies, especially all the green veggies. Leave them a lot. Actually increase them. That's better. Because you don't get fiber from proteins, and you don't get fiber from fat. You need fiber from somewhere to help you not be constipated, to help you not have a heart attack. So leave the veggies and have some fruit, little amounts. What else? So in the protein arena, you want good lean protein, or not lean protein. It doesn't really matter if it's lean or not in this case. You want good protein. So eggs, chicken, fish, beef, pork. It doesn't matter as long as it's like real food and not processed. So no salami, not a lot of bacon, not a lot of deli meat. So because you want to keep this clean, okay? This is not an excuse to go and eat tons of bacon in terms of burgers, for example. Then in the fat arena, you want it to be good fats, right? You don't want your fats to come all from saturated fats. So you want olive oil, avocado oil, you want avocados, you want nuts and seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. There's a ton of sources, okay? And if you need exogenous stuff, you can put some, you can even take exogenous ketones, or you can use some MCT oil. But coconuts, for example, is a good fat source. That is a fruit that you can have. So we've established that the quality of these 3 macronutrients is very important for you to get your micronutrients, right? Vitamins and minerals, and also the fiber, correct? And another thing, keep hydrated, because once you shift your metabolism from burning glucose to burning ketones, you start urinating more, and so you lose a lot of water and you lose a lot of electrolytes, and that is what the keto flu is. So the first few weeks that you're starting to get into ketosis, you start feeling miserable, backache, body aches, headaches, brain fog, all that. That's the keto flu, and that is because your electrolytes are going down the drain. You just replenish that with electrolyte powder, of good quality, of course, and it will go away. And once you are metabolically flexible, you won't feel that again. That is just your body adjusting to this new source of fuel. It was so accustomed to getting a quick source, a quick hit of energy that comes from glucose, that now it takes a little while for it to get adjusted. And how do you know that you're in ketosis? Well, you have to measure, and you can measure in a dipstick in your urine, or you can measure in your blood. The thing with the urine is, in the beginning, it'll actually show you pretty good data, but once you start getting metabolically flexible, you start not wasting your ketone bodies through your urine anymore. You're using it all up as fuel, so it starts not coming out, and when we measure, you feel that you're not in ketosis, but you are. You just got very efficient. So it's best to use a monitor, a little ketone monitor, like a glucose monitor, like the diabetes one. You prick your finger, put your blood there, and the thing will tell you. And what's the level? So the level, both in urine and blood, you want it to be 0.5 to 3 nanomoles per liter. For you to have an idea, the therapeutic ketosis for seizures is much higher. It's from 3 to 5. And the diabetic ketoacidosis, which is a very serious condition, even death-threatening condition, is 9 to 10 or more nanomoles per liter. So it's completely another thing, okay? So this is safe. If you do it the right way, it is safe. It doesn't put you into ketoacidosis. Won't give you a heart attack, but you need to know what to do. Because when I was rotating in the clinical rotations in my internship, I saw this lady at 34 years old. She had a heart attack because she was doing ketosis, and she was having fat bombs of cream cheese and Parmesan cheese. So she was not having any veggies. She's eating a lot of saturated fat. And so, yes, you will have a heart attack if you do this wrong, okay? So you don't want to do it wrong. I hate it when people throw the baby out with the bathwater. It is a good strategy. If done right and with supervision, it can be useful. It's not for everybody. Some people don't thrive in this. Some people don't need it. But some people may benefit. But it has to be done correctly. So keep hydrated, include a lot of veggies, be careful with the quality of each of those macros that you choose. And it takes about 1 to 2 weeks for you to shift into ketose, like for your body to completely be super smart and effective in burning this new fuel. And one thing that I would like to bring up is that burning glucose is a dirty fuel. First of all, it's less energy than fat, and when it burns, it generates reactive oxygen species, so oxidation in your cells, which is basically trash that damages your cells. Whereas fat, when you burn fat as fuel, it burns much cleaner and it gives you more energy. So people thrive in this. They can work out in this. They think better. And if you couple it with an intermittent fasting, then it's even easier for you to be in ketosis, because so you spent your whole night sleeping, not eating. You depleted all the glucose that was in your blood. Your cells used it. You depleted all the glucose that was stored in your muscles as glycogen, because your cells used it as fuel as well. Because when you're sleeping, you're still burning, right? Your heart is beating, you're digesting, your stuff's going on in your brain. So you wake up in mild ketosis. Everybody does if you didn't eat late at night. And so coupling that with a little bit longer of a fast and a more fat-based diet, low-carb diet, that really potentializes the effect. I know this subject can be a little controversial for some people, and it also can be very technical, and maybe you have a lot of doubts, so feel free to reach out to me and I will explain as best as I can.